Right now, the European Union is sending weapons and equipment valued at over $500 million to Ukraine. It's the first time the bloc has financed military support for a country under attack. The union also plans to ban Russian state-owned media houses, Russia Today and Sputnik. It will also block Russian-owned registered or controlled aircraft from landing in or using EU airspace. It follows a raft of sanctions against Russia and its leaders. Let's discuss this further now with the EU ambassador to South Africa, Rina Kionka. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for your time here on All Angles. I mean, can you believe that in 2022 we're discussing a war in the world?
I can fully believe it, because this war has been going on for 8 years, in fact, since the time that Russia invaded and annexed the Crimea and invaded the Donbas, the Donetsk and Luhansk areas. And, you know, there are other places around Europe as well where Russia is occupying. So, yes, I can believe it, unfortunately.
Now, $500 million to Ukraine. This is the first time that the EU has done this to help a country that is under war. Tell us about what made you come to this decision.
This is a landmark decision for the European Union. We have a long history of engaging in crisis management operations, both military and civilian, but this is the first time we're using a new instrument that's called the European Peace Facility. It's about $5 billion altogether, and about half of that is going now. The ministers decided last night that this would be dedicated to sending lethal weapons and non-lethal assistance as well to Ukraine. And why? Why did they decide that? Because Ukraine is an independent and sovereign country that's been attacked.
All right. So bottom line, you're assisting there. Of course, you've heard about the South Africans who are stuck in Ukraine. You've seen some of the interviews that we've conducted here on ENC or any other media, you know, about South Africans begging for our government to please assist them get out of the country. What's your reaction to South Africans left there, but particularly those videos that have been circulating showing how particularly black people are treated in terms of trying to get out of Ukraine?
Yeah, no, my reaction is that everybody who needs and wants to get out needs to get out. And we are doing our best also to assist the South African government in getting local students, often they are students, out. I've been in contact with DIRCO on this. I think you have to recall that, and you can see from the pictures, is that there are tens of thousands of people at the borders right now. And I think that there is chaos there. And so certainly we are in contact with our member states who are on the front line with Ukraine on the borders when we hear of any difficulties, and we are trying to be supportive of what the South African embassies in the area around Ukraine are doing.
Now, you know, we've seen the threats that the Russian President Vladimir Putin has made, saying that whoever tries, you know, to stop him from what he's doing in Ukraine will feel the wrath of Russia, basically. And now with the EU bringing in this money to assist Ukraine and also these sanctions, you know, what are you saying basically to the Russian president? This is clearly a response to him as well.
Yes, of course it is. Otherwise, we wouldn't have introduced within the last week 3 different packages of sanctions. It's the point of the sanctions on the central bank, for instance, are that Russia cannot use its war chest to continue this war on a sovereign and independent country like Ukraine is. The point of closing airspace is so that Russian oligarchs and government people cannot fly into the EU. The point of shutting down RT and Sputnik is that they are not media organizations, they are state-sponsored propaganda organizations. And we see this as a threat. And so the point of the weapons is also because Ukraine is our neighbor, and a friend in need is a friend indeed. These are defensive weapons that are being sent so that Ukrainians can defend their own country.
Just very quickly, Ambassador, can you give us any detail as our ambassador to South Africa, EU ambassador to South Africa, any detail between yourself probably and our International Relations Department on the plans to get South Africans out of Ukraine?
I'd rather not go into details because some of these details are fast-moving and they're operational. But I was in contact with Clayson Maniela, for instance, over the weekend because I heard about a bunch of students who were trying to get through to the embassy in Kiev. But, there's a war going on, so it's difficult. So I'm trying to, with my colleagues here at the EU delegation, do what we can to assist the effort and put people in contact with each other if that's the problem.
All right. Well, let's leave you to get to that call. Hopefully it's our government trying to discuss with you further plans to get South Africans out of Kiev. Thank you very much for your time. That was the EU ambassador to South Africa, Rina Kionka.